So what are you doing this morning?
Okay, so I'm putting the wire in and then I'm going to pour the countertop. We don't know, because we can't remember because we've slept since then, whether or not you've actually seen me pour a countertop. We know that we did it, but we don't know which stages we showed.
Yeah, if we showed the whole thing.
So if you've already seen it and you're bored, look the fuck away!
So you're stapling.
I am stapling it to
half by half?
Yes, well, I don't know what it is. It's wire I have. Use the wire you have, people. Don't use wire you don't have.
Did you have to go buy? Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's going to be underneath concrete. So it doesn't really have to be special wire.
Yeah.
If you want to go buy it, go buy it. If you feel like you need to go buy it, go buy it. Otherwise, look around junkyards and see what you can find. Did you know that most metal yards, you can not only sell junk metal, but you can pick up junk metal?
Oh.
What happens is you go in with your trunk empty and you pick up the junk that you want, and then when you get back on the scales, they charge you the fee that they are paying for that metal.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit. You can get tin roofing, you can get fencing, all kinds of stuff for basically what they're paying for junk metal. So yeah, it's something that most people don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it until somebody told me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's some times when I could literally leave with more than I brought in.
Oh, heavens, yes.
So.
Because you bring in stuff that you don't want.
Yeah. And you could look and see what you do want and take it out. And I'm sure it's not all of them, but everyone that I've asked so far, it's a big yes. So there's that. I'm knocking that down because I want it to come open, but I don't want those little pieces of wire to stick out of the cement.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I've got just junk pieces of wire.
I see that now, yeah. That's
okay.
Chicken wire, yeah.
That's chicken wire, that's the half and half, this like blah, blah, blah. We'll see how much of it's going to cover. It'll be good.
Okay, I'll come back when you have covered it all and we'll see what it looks like. Okay?
All right. So you saw, I went to my shop basically and I said, there's a bunch of tangled wire. That looks like that will be enough to do the countertop.
Right.
Now you've seen me do this several times before. You saw me do this with the lattice the other day. Someday, children, when you get very good at making do, you will be able to look at a pile of crap and go, that's just enough for this project. Because I've almost got the whole thing covered. I still have to cover one piece. And this is what's left.
Oh my.
So I have more than enough to finish.
Don't forget to leave the hole for the plug-in for the refrigerator.
Oh, I already did.
You already did leave it, or you already
forgot? I already forgot.
Sorry.
See, this is why you keep your woman around. I know some of you saying they're useless, but no. They're invaluable at times like this. Now, when they wait until you've poured the fucking slab...
That's a problem.
And then say, weren't you going to leave a hole? Which is what she often does. That is not good.
It just occurred to me.
That's the opposite.
You know, it's weird looking at this, what you're doing through this lens, as opposed to just with my eyes. I see different things, which sounds stupid, but I really do. So
now I have to cut part of the wire off.
Okay, well, we'll come back.
So the whole thing is covered. This is what's left.
Wow, that's good. That's crazy.
Ta-ta-ta!
Ta-ta!
But it doesn't make up for the fact I forgot to do the pipe.
Well, that's it. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
We'll be back.
It's a ginormous fail.
No, it is not, because you don't have concrete poured. Okay, you're on now.
Okay, so I found a piece of pipe. And I cut the hole for the thing. So now I'm going to try to make it just the right size, which means I'm going to have to use the jigsaw.
Yay!
Because I don't have... Here, okay. So, as you know, I like to lead by example. So, always put the battery pack in your tool before you try to use it.
And you see, your wife didn't even notice.
Yeah. You always put the battery pack in your tool before you try to use it.
Or if yours is a plug-in, plug it in. Something.
Or plug it in, yeah.
Whatever.
Don't sit there and go, what the fuck is wrong with this tool? Until you first made sure your battery. Then you can say, what the fuck is wrong with this tool? But not when you haven't actually put any battery pack. This will be fun because I've got all this clean. Now I'm going to have to clean this again.
So,
with
and
the wire on here.
You have to pilot the whole.
I have to pilot the hole. And I don't know if I got the right size bit to do it. No, I did not. That's what happens when it's not the right
size bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta get a bigger bit.
Okay, we'll come back.
Alright, so now I got the hole drilled in there that I should have drilled in before I even put the plywood in place. Because like I said, when you have a hole like that and you're trying to get your jigsaw, you have to remember you don't have range of motion. You can't just turn. So cutting that was a major bitch.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a mess, not because I'm just a slob.
Well, she just vacuumed it as best she could, too, because she doesn't want all those little pieces and bits down in the concrete.
Well, it won't really hurt anything, so that's why it doesn't have to be super clean, because it's not really actually going to affect it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little piece of pipe that I found, which was the only piece in the shop that was big enough in this shop. Otherwise, I would have had to go all the way to the other property. And no, it's not that far, but I'm old. How many times do I have to tell you that? Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to go around, kind of do this, yeah, and drop it all underneath there, so I have to clean it up later. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But I did that on purpose.
Of course.
You know, like I said, because I lead by example, the bad ones. Okay, so now I'm going to stick that down in there. And I'm going to get it down the level of where the countertop's going to be. Oh, look, that's what you do when you get your hands yucky. Come on, you fucker. I had you in there a minute ago. Okay, so we're going to get it down where the level of the... Okay, you don't want this wire to lay flat against this. That's why I've just let it pick up, because what you want is for the cement to go on both sides of the wire so that it's sandwiched in there. Now, of course, where you put the staples, that's not going to happen, but everywhere else, it will. And now we'll give it extra elasticity. Okay, and now you're saying, well, you got to wait for that to dry. No, I'm not going to wait for it to dry before I pour the top. It can dry later.
Well, because
it'll dry with the cement. So.
Yeah, as the cement dries. But it will keep the cement from pouring through the hole.
Yes, it should keep the cement from pouring right through that fucking hole and making an even bigger mess than I made when I put caulk all down in there. I'll put caulk in the hole! Now I sound like I'm making a porno.
Yeah. And there is a little bit of a mess down there, but that is easy to clean up. So, okay, she's bringing up buckets of cement that she has mixed down on the ground. And she's bitching because she can't carry as much as she'd like. If you've ever carried cement at all, it's extremely heavy. Anyway, I'll show you when she starts laying this, and then I will come back when she's done. Okay, you're on.
Okay, so I mixed 2 bags because I want to do it in one pour, and I've brought up what I assume is more than I need. Okay, whatever's left over that's too much, I will put back in the bucket and take down. So, one of the things that I have noticed over my many years of life on the planet, and see, I'm just going to spread this out a little bit at a time, okay, is that oftentimes people have some really good, very creative ideas. They have ways they want to live their life, and they have things they want to accomplish, They're all wonderful, wonderful ideas that they never do. And the reason why they never do them is because they think in order for it to be exactly what they want, that they have to have just the right materials, just the right amount of money, just the right amount of time, blah blah blah, yakety yak, all that shit. Meanwhile, they're good ideas, nothing gets done. What? So what? Yeah, women. Am I right, guys? At any rate, so I was never there, but I used to be really dissatisfied with the things I created because I never had the right stuff. I never had the right amount of help. I always had to do it on the fly, by myself, with what I had on hand. But in my old age, I've come to appreciate that while I may not have ever had the stuff to work with that I would have liked to had, or the time, or the help to do it quote unquote right, I actually have some of the things that I wanted to have, and have actually used my ideas to build things, while the people who are still waiting to have all the right stuff and the right time and for the planets to line up have done nothing.
Nothing.
They had brilliant ideas, nothing ever came of them. So here's my words of wisdom for today. Quit talking about it and do it. Quit drawing little plans on pieces of paper that you then tear up to make more plans, and actually start trying to make these things happen instead of waiting for them to magically creep full-born from your butt. That's never going to happen. Has it happened yet? No. While you're waiting for it to happen, you could have already built it. It wouldn't be built maybe the way you wanted it to be built. It would have been a lot harder to do than it would have been, but it'll still get done. You know, I could fart around and go, I don't have a cement vibrating tool, so I can't make concrete countertops. Meanwhile, this is what? This is the sixth one I'm pouring.
Yeah.
So, and so far, I've only got minor crackage on one, and that's the biggest one, and it was the first one I did.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to work on this, and she's going to go make cheese.
Right. And I'll be back and show the finished product.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll look good.
Oh, it'll look wonderful.
Or they'll be going, there she was, talking smack again.
Okay, we're out. Okay.
Okay, so it's finished.
And it's gorgeous. Wow.
Took less than 2 bags of cement. Cement even now is only 4 something a bag.
Right.
So
yeah, I'll show them what you did with the rest in a minute.
The rest in a minute. Well, I also mixed up that last bag and finished that because that needed to be done.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so custom cabinets made to fit.
Yay.
Didn't have to do any cutting on them. And there you go. And as you can see, I've made it where it kind of slants down to the sink.
Right, right.
So if you put a drainer here for dishes or whatever, it's
Yes.
going to run right into the sink. It's not going to have any ledges, so
Yay.
should make it easy to clean.
Yep. Well, and you can put anything hot on it. It's the surface
Oh yeah,
is
you
just
can
great.
put anything
Yeah.
hot on the entire surface.
And it
You don't
doesn't
have to
break
worry
and
about
blah blah.
it. And so yeah, there's that.
Yep. Well, it's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, quit talking about it and do it.
Oh, there you go. And of course, you've seen her do this kind of thing before. She always has a plan for the leftover cement. And she did have 3 bags, so she went ahead and used them all, mixed up that last one. And then the tail end of what was left from the countertop, she put the concrete around the piers here for the treehouse so that this is finished down here. And then she topped it with pea gravel. So called, she says, because it's mostly the size of a pea. Looks really attractive. A lot of that will wash out with the rain, but a lot of it will stay too and dry into it. It'll look really good. Bye guys.